Welcome back to the Honor Recipe and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. And NXT is doing its final bit of building towards the Great American Bash show coming up next week on NXT, and of course the week after that. And yeah, there's a lot going on this show, and we started things off with the former champ Trick Williams. He called out Ethan Page. Instead, Cedric Alexander warned him to avoid a mistake. Enchanted the Adonis interrupted to tell Alexander that he's wasting his time. Trick told Alexander that he was better than him, which frustrated Alexander. The two agreed to match, followed by Trick sending Adonis to the floor. It was an odd way to start the night, as the only interaction between Alexander and Trick before the show was in the background of the last week. The angle is not backed up by what has been built on TV. The problem is that Alexander and Adonis lack established characters due to years of mismanagement. It would have been good to get a firm sense of their motivations before this moment. However, NXT is already doing more than Adonis and Alexander than any brand has done in years, which is a nice trait. Trick v Alexander is definitely an interesting match, and yeah, really given a chance to establish Alexander in NXT. Before it's time for a no DQ Brooks v Jensen match. Brooks attacks Briggs on his way to the ring, and a big man made him pay. However, a distraction from Spawn Spears allowed Jensen to batter Briggs with a steel chair, followed by DDT to get the win. While this is a match that could have been used a bit more to sell the heat between the competitors, they fought hard to sell this moment. It's a fun brawl that the experienced Briggs worked over time to get his friend with. While Jensen only won with Spears' help, he came off as a much more dangerous competitor. Jensen is the perfect man to work with Spears. He's established and has a direction the chairman will benefit by teaching him, and since Briggs is heading to Japan to compete in that Noah tournament, Spears and Jensen will have a heel month to kind of continue their dynamic, so it fits in nicely. 7 out of 10. Before we got Eddie Thorpe against Lexis King. Lexis King kept calling for the coronation, but Eddie Thorpe fought out and hit the Manifest Destiny to win. After the result, King attacked Thorpe and smashed his fingers between the steel steps with his cane. The two 5-year veterans clashed after a month of build, and the result was 2 minutes bout. They could barely be called a sprint, as they two barely got going before they went for the finish. It was disappointing as a showcase of two men who should be doing more. Thorpe at least came out on top to get him a win back on his column, but yeah, I kind of want to see a bit more here, but given the post-match cap, they will fight again, so hopefully they get more spotlight next time, and on that basis I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Be kind. Oro Mensah then took on Enchanted the Adonis, and Ashante was too focused on Chikara ringside, allowing Mensah to get a quick work of him with a corner spinning heel kick to win. Afterwards, Ori Mensah called out All Ego to no answer, getting the crowd to chant 1, 2, 3 in remembrance of him pinning the NXT champ the previous week. It was another short match in NXT, but at least Mensah and Adonis fought hard to make the most of the brief match. The two fought hard to maximise their minutes and kept it clean while rushing. This loss does not help the goal to acclimate Adonis to the NXT roster, but it was the right call for Mensah to keep building momentum, and he should probably challenge Phages for the NXT Championship as his first challenger. So yeah, on the whole, I thought it all made sense. Maybe could have been picked different competitors here for each other to suit them better, but I think it still works on the whole. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. We then got Ren Sinclair versus Carly Bright. Charlie Dempsey saved Ren Sinclair from a near pinfall that helped her hold down Carly Bright for a free count on a roll up. While they were outside, the storytelling of Dempsey reluctantly helping Sinclair was fun. The action in the ring was a mess. They may have been the sloppiest that Bright has looked in the ring so far. With 3 minutes to go, Bright did not look completely comfortable leading the action, and Sinclair was more focused on the drama than in the ring. It was not terrible, but this was a chance to stand out for two women to prove themselves in a rapidly evolving women's division, but unfortunately for either, I think it's fair to say that it just didn't really work out here, and it gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Before it's time for Trick Williams versus Cedric Alexander. Cedric started strong, but was overwhelmed by the power and speed of Trick. Trick finished it with a trick shot. Afterwards, Pete Dunne blasted the former champ from behind and stomped him into the mat. Rushing Trick v Alexander may have been a mistake and made Alexander look rusty, but hopefully we get more of this. This got sloppy, including multiple missed shots. The action got better down the stretch, hinting that something much better could be possible if Alexander had a couple of warm-up bouts before this. Alexander is immensely talented and could do great things for NXT roster. Hopefully a sloppy start and a first bout loss of minor bumps in the road. Trick v Dunne is an exciting match to keep this former NXT champion hot while he waits for a shot at All Ego. The Bruiserweight will have to push him to work a very different style than to what he's used to. But yeah, on the whole, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty decent. And yeah, gets 7 out of 10 from me. would like seeing it maybe given a bit of time, but I think I'm still intrigued to see what goes in coming weeks. We then got Metaphor versus Sol Rooker and Carmen Petrovic. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson showed off their chemistry as a tag team while Sol Rooker and Petrovic were rolling. It took Legend one opportunity to plant Petrovic for the win. Afterwards, Metaphor challenged Fire and Dawn for a women's tag team championship match next week at the Gab. This is an impressive sprint highlighting the athleticism of all involved. It could have gone a few minutes longer, but I think that maybe held it back a bit. It's a shame that NXT has not built up Legend and Jackson more of an in-ring threat, because the two teams do come off as worthy tag team championship contenders, not still Metaphors, an established group in this division. So be intrigued to see how they get along facing the champs next week. But for this alone, I'm going to get 5 out of 10. All Ego Ethan Page brought a ref to the ring and to put all the questions to rest about Oro Mentz's free count against him last week. Instead, Menz stacked him up and the referee counted again another 3 against the champ. The running gag with Menz proving himself with the unofficial free counts is working, adding another layer to NXT's best story. Hopefully the bill will pay off with a great match soon. Even if Menzer has no chance of dethroning Page, NXT has done more than enough to prove that it needs a title shot despite a less than an impressive in-ring record. Moving on then to the Rascals against Nathan Fraser, Axiom and Javon Evans. And the Rascals set the pace for this main event, and it never really slowed. Even the fastest trio in NXT, Fraser, Axiom, and Javon, couldn't keep up. Trick Williams super-kicked Axiom to set up Zachary Wentz with an assist from Wesley to pick up the pinfall for Hot Fire Flame. And the pace of this match was beyond entertaining, everything else on the show by a wide margin. Everyone was flying and moving in sync. It was a true showcase of 6 of the best high flyers in the world today. The chemistry between Lee, Wentz and Miguel is unlike anything typically seen in WWE. It is more TNA X division than tag team division in NXT. On the same night that most cars got less than 5 matches, this probably did not get the time it needed, and that's the only thing to complain about. The Rascals picking up a good win, the Supersonic Joe against the MSK sooner rather than later will be just fantastic. This alone gets an 8 out of 10 for me. This was great stuff. Overall, NXT this week gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I thought, it was actually a really enjoyable episode of NXT this week. Lots of really fun stuff going on the card. Lots of stuff on there. The Cedric v Trick feud has plenty of legs to go. The Oro Dar feud, and of course that main event. It's so great to see MSK back together again. Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.